everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Full Circle. I'm your host as always, Harmon Jr. You can find me at Harmon Jr. Hope you had a great break.
And I'm Jared Fredette. You can find me at Tomilo. I also hope you had a good Thanksgiving break. I noted to myself that we did the thing I absolutely hate, where we took a hiatus over Thanksgiving break. I hate when TV shows do that. However, I feel justified. We have to produce this weekly. Bob's Burgers Bob's Burgers actually did it. Batwoman was produced months ago, so... Right?
There's no reason.
There's no reason. All the anime was dubbed months ago. We didn't need a food war marathon. I wanted to know what happens next in My Hero, Dr. Stone. Anywho, none of that...
Was there a Food Wars marathon?
There was. Huh. That's why I was texting you about it.
Oh. It seems appropriate, though. I will give them that.
It is on point for Thanksgiving. I concede. But we're talking about none of that today. We're going to be talking first and foremost about, not first and foremost, at the end of this thing, we're going to have a catching up with us. We had a good holiday, and you haven't heard from us in a month, our personal lives, so catching up with us.
A month? I feel like we haven't done one in a while.
In 10 episodes.
Oh.
2.5 months.
All right. Go us. We will finally be wrapping up our Pokemon Sword and Shield talk, but with an added bonus, there's a new Pokemon inspired MMO coming to us actually very soon called Temtem. Never heard of it? Well, you're about to. I feel like I got way too excited. Like I was.
And coming up next at the top of the hour, lunch break.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, as I was trying to say, we're going to be talking about James Bond. And then we shoot the camera and it goes
blood drip.
I'm a huge James Bond fan. The next series, No Time to Die, is coming out already this holiday season.
This holiday drip. Why you gotta do that, Jared?
I am sorry. You do it too. We do it to each other. That's why the audience loves us.
This is true.
But it's coming out, and it's going to be the next saga featuring Daniel Craig.
I think this is his last movie, actually.
Is it? Okay, April 8th, 2020.
They'll be here in no time at all.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I feel like that's a lot further than I would like it to be.
It's true.
I don't like movie trailers, 6-month gap.
Actually...
Teaser trailer, that's different. Full-on movie trailer, no.
Right. We've actually trended more recently into having shorter time between them because in this fast pace that we live in, people lose interest, stop caring. Right. I was going to say, well, it used to be, you'd have to actually go to the theater to see the trailer.
And then you have to talk about other people. And no wonder, and they'll have to get the hype around.
Exactly. It looks to be good, action-packed. My biggest complaint, I think I've complained about before, well, not on here, but definitely to Odell, is with the Daniel Craig movies, these are all seem to be sequential movies, which is something I haven't been a fan about with James Bond films. I love that you could just pick it up and go with it.
It's a bad time to have sequels when the writers have a writer's strike and then you got to somehow connect two movies.
That's true.
Quantum of Solace was bad, people. It was just bad.
Arguably one of the worst films ever. Like, all of Timothy Dalton's work and then Quantum of Solace. And that is a very, very low bar. Okay, so do you have a favorite James Bond?
I feel like I haven't seen enough of them.
Where's Lewis? Go away. We need your roommate on here. You
see them all. I have seen no James Bond before Pierce Brosnan. And I've always seen Pierce Brosnan.
Mamma mia. Here we go again.
All right. Since Pierce, insert last name. I've never seen GoldenEye to completion. I've seen Tomorrow Never Dies collectively, never in one sitting.
That's fair. We all have those movies that are like that.
And then I saw Casino Royale.
Okay, Casino Royale was pretty good.
So I feel like so it was good. What about Moonraker? And I'm like,
the correct answer, Odell, was Roger Moore in all of his films, including Moonraker. Those are the best Bonds.
Well, I will take your word on it.
He's no longer horribly misogynistic and rapey like Sean Connery was. He gets all the cool gadgets, right? The effects are up. It's serious, but it's kind of like you get the James Bond sass going. It's great.
Is that where we get the shaken not stirred for the first time?
Oh, I wish you hadn't quizzed me about that. I don't think so. I think that was probably still Sean Connery.
I seen a Sean Connery clip where he uses old timey gadgets where he checks if the phone's tapped with this huge box. He's like,
the old Sean Connery films are so not terrible, but they're very, very dated. There's this whole scene in Dr. No. He checks into his hotel room, and like a good spy, he checks it for bugs. But we get about 15 minutes of screen time of him silently walking around, feeling things. That's all he does on screen. I'm like, this is not good movie time.
Yeah, so we're getting, because I know it was reported that he was tired of playing James Bond, but he was still,
but
contractually obligated.
Oh, I was gonna say, but it's still a good check.
Yeah. So we in the new 007, possibly the last one. Don't quote me on that. Last Daniel Craig one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's true. Not 100% sure, but yeah, it looks cool. It's got the usual beats. We've already had some mild controversy because there's a new 00, and it's a black female.
The world's moved on, Commander Bond.
You were 00?
2 years. So stay in your lane. You get in my way, I will put a bullet in your knee. The one that works.
I thought you two would get along.
I got when they wanted Idris Elba. Man, I'm so bad at saying foreign names, but
I always pronounce it Idris Elba.
It's probably that. I'm so bad at this, but I know when people were campaigning for him to be Bond, I wouldn't be upset, but I understood the outrage. Anytime you change a character of fiction, especially when it has a long history of being this
one thing,
I get that. Even if it doesn't come from a racist place, there's still I get it, because even with me, with certain characters, if they just randomly flip a switch without something this is the character now, even I'm jarred, so I get that. But in all honesty, most time it's rooted in some type of negative human underbelly of our society thing. But this is just a 00 agent who they've always existed.
Oh, but what if she gets promoted, Odell?
To what? 001? Is that the highest?
No, actually, it's actually not how that works at all. Just once you are a 00 agent, that's just your assigned number. So when 006 died, quote unquote, Bond wasn't promoted into 006 status. He is 007. That is his number.
Until he dies and someone else becomes 007?
No.
Or did they retire the numbers?
I'm not sure if they retire the numbers.
I feel like they should or would.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's just another 00 agent, and she's not even because I saw comments and people were like, I'm tired of this, forced inclusion. Forced
diversity.
I'm like, okay, there's
oh man, to see statistically, what percentage of the planet represented on media. Yeah. Oh yeah. So for forced.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, she doesn't seem to be the main focus of the movie. She's just another rival agent, which we've had those before.
Right, and I'm sure
they just exist.
I'm sure there's gonna be lots of sexual tension that she completely rebuffs him because that would be her role to flip the script here.
I wouldn't be surprised. People were like, oh, I'm tired of this woman empowerment. I'm like, oh yeah, how dare a movie show a woman decline sexual advances?
That's a dangerous precedent, Odell.
Look how society has declined. People are backwards sometimes.
They really, really are.
But yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool in the sense that every James Bond movie looks cool.
No, right? You asked me had I seen the trailer before now, and I was like, nah, I didn't see it. And you're like, why not? I'm like, because I assume it's going to look like every James Bond trailer ever. And da-da-da, explosion, jumping car, da-da-da-da-da. Oh.
I'm not going to lie. Who's the villain? What's his name?
Rami Malek.
I really like that.
Mr. Robot himself.
Yes, he's a good actor. I like seeing it.
You saw me squint on screen. I'm not arguing that. I just know that his Queen performance was maybe not the best, but there's some writing and some makeup issues with there. So I'm just gonna toss that out mentally.
Well, I've usually enjoyed him in things.
He's pretty good,
and I just think it's cool. I'll be like, when I see actors that I wouldn't say he's AAA status yet, but he's up there. But you see them in a role you're like, whoa, you took
this is the breakout role, class 1.
Especially I like it when like they seem to be like the best part of the movie despite having like the less screen time.
It's true.
Which is fun fact. Samuel L. Jackson, most of his classic movies has the least amount of screen time. Like Pulp Fiction, he has less screen time than most of the other actors. Yet all his scenes are the ones people remember.
Yeah, no, they're great. No, it's because back to one final point, right? You're saying Rami Malek's great and he might have less screen time. Back to my point again, I'm annoyed that this is kind of, again, a sequel-ish. Because you see Blofeld again, it becomes all about Blofeld and the Spectre. I'm like, just let Rami Malek, like, have the stage, just let the villain do the villainous thing.
Don't let him transition into the new villain once you're done dealing with the old villain.
Right. I don't know. It kind of diminishes what it could be, my opinion of the Bond sequel films.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun. Speaking of popular sequels, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I've actually seen Pokemon Sword and Shield get this internet on some of Game of the Year lists. It probably won't win, of course, but it made the list. So
It's true.
Put that in your pipe and
Blow some bubbles. So,
I
like
want a
Odell,
pipe now.
I'll put it on your Christmas list.
Thank you.
So, like you said, this will kind of be our end of the segment. Obviously, we'll probably talk about Pokemon more in the future. So,
Yeah,
it's
but we've beaten the game. We're well in the post game. We've gotten to like breeding and completing the Pokédex. We have now played the game in its entirety to have a well formulated opinion.
Yes. So I guess closing thoughts for it. In sum.
Okay, so I don't think the game is too short.
No,
not at all. It's on par with as long as any Pokemon game that's not Gold and Silver. Which is arguably probably the longest game to date.
I might have taken longer to play this game than I did Sun and Moon.
Oh, most definitely. This game, I will say this, unlike other Pokemon games before, I've never seen people put so many hours into a game without actually getting like 1 to 3 badges. Like, the game doesn't really start until after your 3rd badge. And I will say a lot of people put a lot of hours in before getting that 3rd badge because the wild area has been a great inclusion. I'm not going to lie. That was probably one of my biggest worries about the game. I did not think it was going to work. And it is literally the best inclusion to date.
So it's one of the things I do love most about the game. It's also one of the things I hate about the game. I use that word very loosely because it's not so much the area itself as... So in Pokemon news, people have started hacking and cheating the wild area battle raids, which makes trying to join random raids kind of null and void.
Yeah, and the worst part is when you see a good raid, 9 times out of 10, that person's about to back out because they're trying to get a specific nature or ability, and it gets annoying.
Right, so we won't go into the details, but there is a exploit that they can use where they hop in and out of the lobby real quick until they get the exact thing they want, making it inaccessible to anybody else in the process.
Yeah, and I guess that's not a slight on the game itself.
I mean, we could fault Nintendo that they should close this at some point soon, and it shouldn't have been a thing to have at the beginning. We also kind of complained about the refresh rate of...
Oh, yeah, that's my number one complaint.
So again, we could be playing online, but then suddenly I just see Odell has caught Gigantamax Butterfree. And I'm like, when was the notification that he was doing the raid? And so that delay is not always prominently displayed.
It's like, sometimes it does magic. Again, I swear day one, the first week, this worked flawlessly.
It really did.
So I guess it's just more people on it now, but the refresh rate, it's automatic in the sense that it pops up when it wants to, and you can't manually refresh when you feel like it. Mm-hmm. And you have to do certain exploits like start a surprise trade, force the refresh. And yes, that can work, and I've had success doing that, doing the force refresh rate thing. But sometimes I feel like I shouldn't, because then, of course, the time it takes to do that is the time it takes. I could have joined, because sometimes you can't join a lobby because literally it just filled up. But
sometimes it fills up. And it still works.
Yeah, it still works. But you usually know because you see something great and you know people want it, and you're like, this has been up for probably 30 seconds to a minute, and there's no way in hell they're still waiting on someone to join.
Exactly.
And so it really needs just an auto refresh, and maybe just I want to be able to search 2 filters at a time. Because when you search one filter and then there's nothing on that filter, you literally can't see anything else.
Right. Likewise, too, it's kind of annoying that I can be doing a surprise trade, a passive thing, but I can't then join another raid. Like, in my mind, those are two separate functions that shouldn't impede you in any way, and yet it does.
And another one of my complaints before we get to the good stuff is, and I can feel like there's no Elite Four in this game. I kind of miss that. Like, I mean, there was replaced with a Pokemon-esque battle system, which I appreciated.
So I was annoyed that the people we had to battle were the people we'd already battled.
Yeah, I thought we were going to just battle. Okay, so I knew
thought we were going to battle other trainers that were all vying for this championship.
Yeah, so, okay, I got something for that. So,
But real quick, before we get too far from the system, all those complaints I had about the online system, regardless, it is still the best online system Pokemon has ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
Okay.
Okay, so, one, I already knew you were going to battle, like, Hop, the other two. Like, I get that because they're competing in it.
Yeah.
And, I understand that. I really think it's cool that we forego the Elite Four for a legit Pokemon League battle tournament, like, in real-world terms, so that was cool. But I will say, I apparently found out in the post-game, you can go back and you do, as the champion, battle other people who complete the gym challenge.
Okay.
So I didn't know that. Like, I just saw, like, some random video, like, people, like, it was, like, how to farm money and stuff, and they went back and they were battling, like, other people.
Amulet coin. Champion battle. Go, go, go.
Yeah, it was basically, like, other trainers who've made it that far. Like, in their little suits and, like, and just, it was very, NPCs, but just in, proper champ battle uniform, whatever it's called, that you have to wear when you're doing matches.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of like in Sun and Moon when you go back and you're the champion and people, but like in another game, a realistic setting. I was like, okay,
that's fair.
That's cool.
Yeah.
One thing I also really like is, okay, everything is more accessible in the correct way, which I did not think they were going to do, but they pulled it off. Breeding has not been broken. The EXP on at all times, surprisingly, I think I prefer.
Yes.
And as crazy as that sounds, so yeah, and completing the Pokédex, everything has not been broken. It's every quality of life change has really proved it. Even like the changing of nature is not post game, and you need 50 BP for 1 minute. Like, so I honestly might say breeding might be faster depending on your BP situation.
Right. And again, the battle. What's funny is I'd seen earlier complaints that the battle tree was too hard, and I think honestly that's just complaints from people who've just now learned the battle tree exists. Because
it's always been hard.
It's always been really hard. But you get to rent teams out. So if you know what you're doing competitively, so this was the issue I ran into, was trying to beat the champion to get the IV checker. My team sucked because it was just, the random Pokemon I collected along the way.
And these are Pokemon actually well put together to like be effective.
Right. So I switched out for a rented team and bam, beat the champ, got the IV checker, ready to breed.
So overall, I think I would honestly give the game a 9. I could comfortably give it a 9 for my enjoyment. If I was being hypercritical, maybe like an 8.5.
I was going to say 8.5. Yeah, if you're going to snap me to the integer system, I'll say 9 as well.
So yeah. Oh, but
slide in real quick.
So a Pokemon MMO is coming to us soon, and not actually Pokemon. It's called Temtem.
To the Switch.
Yeah, to the Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, all the major consoles. It's called Temtem. It's an MMO online, and it is highly, and I mean highly inspired by Pokemon.
Yes. It looked pretty much all the Pokemon that you saw rumored to exist or fake Pokemon you've seen around DeviantArt are in this game.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it, it doesn't look bad. It looks so good. I'm surprised Nintendo didn't shut it down.
Yeah.
So it's like Pokemon with a little bit of Animal Crossing, a whole lot of MMO, a whole bunch of, I heard like Toontown, and I was like, that's not actually a bad comparison compared to how it looks and how people are interacting in like
as people are kind of running right all over the yes.
And some of the designs look really good. Some of the designs look like they could be like next gen Pokemon.
Sure.
They really do. And I'm honestly excited.
Some of the Pokemon definitely look like Digimon, though. I'll just throw that in there.
And some of them look like gutter trash. But, I mean, even some regular Pokemon will look like literal gutter trash.
Garbodor.
So, I'm excited to see what this is. This looks like a game, potentially, if it works how it seems it's supposed to work, I can pour hours into. literal hours. But I'm also saying it's made by clearly it's a Kickstarter, so it's unknown indie developer. And
Crema.
yeah, and it's an MMO which needs heavy, constant server support. And for such a game this ambitious, I don't know nothing of the team, but I don't know if they could honestly. Let's say this game's a huge hit, and they have a server across the Switch, the Xbox, the PlayStation, and let's say they just get millions of people on each of these. I don't see them keeping up with that.
I say also I don't remember reading if it's a cross-platform that you could do either.
I'm gonna assume not. I feel like that'll be a
let's
little bit
keep
too
everybody-
ambitious.
Right, to quote the new 00,
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, I mean that would be extra ambitious to have one unified server for I think even the big boys.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, we don't know. We'll throw up some pictures. Check out the trailer. It's definitely interesting, and if it works like it works, maybe it could be my first legit hardcore MMO.
There you go.
Who knows? So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep you updated.
So, speaking of updates, what's been going on in your life?
Ooh, so I finally got a big boy S job. I am now a marketing coordinator. It sounds a lot fancier. I feel like
claps.
Yes, at a new company. I will not say that company because
Reasons.
I'm not gonna be that guy. Like, you don't need to know where I work. Other than that, so I've been paying my debt off, paying bills. I'm gonna be on a panel at PAX South. So if you're gonna be there, check it out. Just follow me on Twitter, like you should already be doing, for updates on that. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see. I don't know. I'm looking forward to 2020. Plan to make my big move sometime next year. Let's see. New job. Pokemon came out. I've been enjoying that. If you didn't know.
Right. What have you been doing? I already told you. Pokemon.
So, yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. I don't know. Next year, I'm looking forward to, going more places. Maybe have the perfect con year. Go to all the big cons.
Ooh.
I know. Scary thought. But I guess just the job. And I don't know. Huh, Jared? I don't know, Jared. What? Oh, crap. What surprising things have happened?
Surprising to me?
Yes.
Nothing terribly surprising. So my latest, everything's been going blasé as normal, but now that we're entering holiday season and we have obligatory holiday parties and things to go to, we're of course playing White Elephant because that's the only game any group of people seem to know how to play.
You can only steal a gift once, right?
So rules can vary. How
do we play White Elephant?
How do we play White Elephant? I actually asked my boss to let me be in charge of his White Elephant party.
Oh, God.
Why do you say it like that? Odell knows. So, okay, first of all, White Elephant will play as normal. You can only be stolen from 5 times, or a single gift may itself only be stolen 5 times, right? So, let's say a gift has only been stolen once, but you've been stolen from so many times. If you steal it, that's it. It's locked. You're good. You can no longer have a gift stolen. It's great. But this is kind of boring enough because a lot of times, especially in coworker situations, or if you have a sufficient number of strangers, people won't actually play the game.
They'll just keep their gift and no one ever steals.
Yeah, they'll just be like, I'll just get a new gift from the thing. Okay, thanks. And they sit there quietly and they hate it. Or, worst of all, you get, you got me a pack of pins, thanks. And then
no one's ever going to steal this.
No one's ever going to steal it. So I've created a layer on top of this, a sort of card game element that's going to force people's hands to do things.
How so, Jerry?
How so? So I have various cards I've written up, and I need to actually print these out. But things like you get immunity from being stolen sometimes. You can steal someone's locked gift. However, that opens it up to stealing entirely again. You can jump in people's turns. So, right, you see somebody's like, I'm going to open this present, and the next person's like, I'm going to steal that present. You go, nope, I'm taking my turn now. You can do that. You can choose not to open the gift in front of everybody. Right, normally you would open up and be like, oh, sweet, lottery tickets.
So if someone wants to steal your gift, they would just have to be stealing a unknown entity.
Exactly. And why? Why did you not open it? Is it good? Is it that good that you don't want people to know? Or does it suck because you're hoping to entice curious cats to come along?
And get something horrible?
Right?
Ooh, I feel like I would want to play this, but the budget is you have to buy something that's $50.
Oh wow, that's a high threshold for a white elephant. Just saying.
But that makes it all the more.
These have to be actual valuable gifts then.
Yeah, because if it's all like the $10, it's just like it's cute. It's cutesy fun, but ultimately just cutesy fun. If it's like $50, now we're all invested. Now these are some. There's at least some things in there that's okay. That guarantees there are going to be things in here that people want for one reason or another.
Exactly. No, yeah. And I said other rules that we don't need to go over all the specifics, but it's just this new fun element, and I hope that I will get people to play more and be more invested in the game itself.
In reality, they're just going to hold their cards and be like, okay, I either A, I understand this, I'm just not going to play this card, or B, I have no idea what's going on, I'm still going to sit there.
No, because at least half of them are obligatory actions. It says you must do the following.
Oh.
I know. So one of them is even the fact that, say you drew, some of them are penalty cards in a sense. So like, oh, sweet, I'm the last number to draw. But then your action card says you must go first. Womp womp. Ha 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 ha. And so this plays in. I actually also have other kind of utility cards that say like swap cards around or draw new cards. So that's kind of a gamble you have to take. So you have a card that you don't like. So I'm going to draw a bunch of new cards from the deck. Well, your card was kind of nothing and blasé. Well, now you have a worse card.
Let me know how this goes. We might be able to sell this.
Right?
Copyright.
This is
copyright. Timestamp.
I'm already
watermark.
I'm already actually thinking of like cutesy artwork you can play on it too. Like so.
I think we should just
okay. In the segment now, don't reveal my secrets.
All I'm saying, when this happens next year, we're suing. Or at least you're suing.
No, next year we're gonna be selling this at PAX.
Oh,
we'll have our own little indie booth.
Ooh,
there we go. Yeah.
You heard it here first. This was recorded on
Saturday,
December 7th at noon, 2019.
Yeah.
Legality.
Trademark.
There we go.
So that's the exciting thing that's going on in my life. Yeah. So I guess that brings us to the end of our segment for this week. For Full Circle Podcast, I'm Jared Fredette. You can find me at ToonVelo.
And I'm Oda Harmon Jr. You can find me at Oda Harmon Jr. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow the podcast at FC Podcast 23. And thank you to our Patreons as always. You can join the Patreon list down below for exclusive giveaways and more things. And stay tuned because we will have an end of the year giveaway. What is it? You'll have to watch to find out because I myself don't even know.
Cool.
So,
it's the white elephant gifts of giveaways.
Oh, ooh. Maybe we should create like a white elephant thing on Twitter. Like, I don't know how we're like.
That would take a lot of coordination.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you win, but you know what? No, we're gonna X that out.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, no white elephant. That's gonna be too much.
But thanks again for joining us. We hope to see you next week.
Have a great week, everybody.